Gotta make sure I can ride this skinny thing with it.
This is the Qlife Racer. It is a fat tire hardtail e-bike with 20 by 4-inch tires. It features mechanical disc brakes, a front headlight, and a kickstand. It has a rear hub motor with a Shimano 7-speed drivetrain and a twist throttle. Fenders and a rack are optional. In this video, it is going to get tested on and off the road.
Okay, let's see how fast this thing goes. I'm going to start out on throttle only, so you'll get to see how quickly it gets up to speed. I'm up to 15 already, hitting 20 just about. There's 20, and it's still pulling, so we'll see where it ends up. I am hitting 23 now, and 24, so there's 25. I'm actually surprised it's still pulling this fast, but it's got to slow down right around 25, I'm guessing. Doesn't feel like I'm going to get too much more out of it unless I go downhill, but this part is pretty flat, and I am between 25 and 26 on the speedometer. Now we'll start pedaling, and I should be able to go faster. Up to 27, should be 28 here soon, but I'm trying pretty hard to hit 28 there. And I don't want to pedal all that much because the seat post is not long enough for me. So if I put too much effort in, my knees will start hurting. Now I just want to compare what the speed on the bike says with the GPS on my phone. And it looks like they are pretty close. The bike reads slightly higher, or maybe it's just adjusting slightly quicker. But now that I'm topped out at just under 26, my phone says 24. Could be a high 24, so it's within about 1 mile an hour or 2. It's time to see how it handles off-road. We are on some mellow mountain bike trails, and I'm going to start out just using the pedals in assist level 5. I am in the lowest gear on the rear derailleur, so that should help control through this tight stuff, because sometimes these bikes just want to go, especially if you're geared a little high. A little delay out of that corner, but it kicks on in time, and still cruising. The ground is a little soft and wet today, but the fat tires are not sinking in too much, and they're hooking up well enough. I am coming up to the first rock garden, and I'm going to switch to throttle only. Powered right through that, no problem. The throttle is a little slower, but it's more controllable without a torque sensor. It's a little tricky to control how much speed you want out of the corners. You can get used to it, but you can also cut it off using the brakes if you need to. I am back to pedaling so I can get a little more speed for a jump, even though this thing is probably not really made for that. It kind of feels like a BMX bike with how small it is, so gotta get a little bit of air. From one important test to another, gotta make sure I can ride this skinny, and I'm falling off, so I gotta try again. I came in a little faster than I wanted to last time without a torque sensor. It really just took off more than I wanted, but clean that time. Now for a bit of impact testing with a drop, and a jump. I like to test all the e-bikes on this hill, starting out with throttle only, and I'm getting nowhere. I guess I'll have to pedal for this one. Hopefully it kicks on. There we go. Should be no problem to make it now. The brakes should be braking in now. Hopefully I can get a little nose really for you. Oh, they're still pretty weak. All right, final test for me during this session. See if I can fakie, and I can. It came around quicker than I expected because the smaller size bike is going to be lighter weight and easier to maneuver, but less comfortable for me anyway. Okay, now it's Hannah's turn for the hill test. See if she gets any further than I did with throttle only. Not much. Now she'll try pedaling and shouldn't have an issue. She's putting in a little work, but she makes it. I'm going to do some follow cam on Hannah, see what it looks like from this perspective, and see how she handles the little bike. It definitely fits her better than it fits me, so maybe she'll be more comfortable. She already commented that it feels like a BMX bike, but also that she felt like she was going to go over the bars. Probably just not used to that long of a stem that puts more weight forward compared to normal mountain bikes or modern mountain bikes these days. They have short stems, wide bars, more slack head angle, so all of that changes your body positioning. It's just something for her to get used to. Hopefully she gets used to it quick enough to cruise these trails without a problem. Oh, you don't want to hit the rocks? She's not that comfortable quite yet. It'll take some time for her to want to hit something like that. On a bike like this, it's definitely harder than it would be on a normal mountain bike with full suspension and larger diameter tires. But she's gonna have to try to go over this log, see if she makes it. Slow and You want to try that one again? What do you think's happening?
I feel like the bike's cutting in and out.
Well, every time you use the brake, it shuts the power off to the motor, and then it takes a second. You have to initiate the cranks to start the motor again, so probably just something you're not quite used to. Sometimes I take these sensors off so that doesn't happen, but I didn't do that on this one.
That explains it.
So let's try the log again. A little more speed coming in, and she's over without a problem. Nice job. She's learning.
Bumped it up to 5.
She bumped it up to assist level 5, which also helped a little more power get over those logs. All right, what did you think?
I really feel like I'm on a BMX bike.
Yeah, small size. It looks like it fits you pretty well, so it's probably fun to have something a little smaller. Did you notice any weight difference than a larger tired one?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was actually able to whip it around more so than if I were to lift up a heavier style one. I don't have the maneuver. I wouldn't be able to maneuver it the way that I did with this.
We didn't get it on video, so you have to show us that pivot if you are turning around in the woods, which is what she was doing. Typically, this would be a struggle for her, but there she goes. No problem with this little guy. When you buy this bike, there is an option to get fenders and a rack included. That is what I received, so I threw the rack on, but I didn't install the extra bracing. That felt solid enough to bring my RC car out here, which is what I did. Now it's time to do some flips. I do have a separate channel just for RC, so if you want to see more of that, you can check out PSF RC. I might as well jump over the bike, right? Just don't mess up this time. Nice big double flip for you. I think racks are a great option on bikes like this. Time to head back.
This bike is most suited for road, gravel, bike path, and some smooth off-road trails. If you want to find out more about it or pick one up for yourself, you can check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.